right, so we are here with Jeff Annison, co-founder of Legion M. Jeff, how's it going?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you very much. So Jeff, why don't you tell us a little about Legion M and what it's all about?
Fantastic. Well, Legion M is the world's first fan-owned entertainment company. So that means that we create movies, television, virtual reality, just like any other studio or production company. The difference is that we're the first one to be built from the ground up to be owned by fans rather than international conglomerates or Wall Street investors or wealthy individuals.
So it's owned by the fans. So what kind of input do the fans get in terms of creative decisions and projects that people get to work, that the studio gets to pitch or work on, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, we are a fan-owned company, but we all also understand that you don't make great art by committee, right? And so we work with these established providers, and our commitment to fans is that we're going to bring you along for the ride. And so you get to view the development process. So we do things like live stream from the set and have online hangouts with cast and crew and that sort of stuff. But we also, wherever we can, try and bring the fans into the process. So we have things like online development meetings and company brainstorming sessions. And we've got a lot of creatives and people that work in the industry, and we look for ways that we can allow them to contribute. And we also work with providers like Stupid Buddies that really value that, right? And, there's some creators that might be intimidated by working with fans, but there's others that you say, look, we've got 3,000 fans, that can be like are a resource there. Like, they're not telling you what to do, but they're a resource, and their eyes light up because they've got all these great ideas about, oh, we could do this and this and that.
So can you tell us a little bit? We have here, you've set up an elevator.
Yes.
Can you tell us what's going on over here?
Yeah, so we launched at the show our pitch elevator competition, and we built an elevator. You can walk inside. You've got 2 minutes to pitch your idea for a movie, TV show, or VR. And we're going to collect all of those pitches here, as well as people can submit online from home if they can't make it to the show until almost the end of November. But we're collecting all these pitches, we're sharing them with all of the members of the Legion, and they get to rate and evaluate and vote on which pitches they like. And so we're going to narrow that down to the top 10. Those people will be invited to pitch their ideas in front of a panel of Hollywood insiders, so development executives and agents and that sort of thing.
Last question. We saw that you have a VR series in development, or it's already been developed, called Icons, I believe. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So the name of the series is Icons Face to Face, and we're starting with Stan Lee. So Stan has agreed to be our first interviewee, and the way that it works, we're using this technology called volumetric virtual reality. And so the way that works is that if you are the subject, you stand in the center of a sphere with 41 4K cameras pointed at you from every possible direction. The computer captures all that data. It's like 1 terabyte per minute of data, and it stitches it all together so that when I put on the VR goggles, I can get like right up, I can look at you from wherever. It's like, it's as close as technologically possible to being in the room with Stan Lee. And we're going to sit him down and do an intimate interview where we ask him, beyond the geek kind of fanboy questions, but, the deep questions like, what are your biggest learnings in life? What do you want to pass on to future generations? And we're going to capture this experience that will allow millions of people around the world that will never have the opportunity, because they can't afford to come to a place where he is, and he's not doing Comic-Cons anymore. As well as people 100 years from now, give them the opportunity to sit down with Stan Lee.
Very forward thinking. That's awesome. So you can check out Legion M. Can you give us the site one more time?
Yeah, it's thelegionm.com. You can just Google Legion M. It'll come up.
Awesome. Jeff, thank you so much for your time. Check out Legion M. It's very innovative, very forward thinking. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on the show.
LuZo loves pumpkin minds. LuZo loves chasing pain. 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 LuZo loves pumpkin minds.